What's up, guys? This is Rob from Heroes Avenue. Today I'm going to talk about the upcoming Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, directed by Todd Phillips. And the other day, Darren put out a video talking about how he enjoyed the promo, but he did express some doubts concerning the production and the people behind it. And I'm going to put out this video, talk about some other DC news later too. But in this video, I want to talk about how I disagree with a lot of things Darren is feeling. But that's cool because with movies, the best thing about movies is being able to watch it with your friends, or watch the lead up to a movie with your friends and discuss what you liked, what you didn't like, or agreed or disagreed with. And in this video, I'm going to have to say I totally disagree with Darren with a lot of the things he mentioned concerning the background of this movie and people behind it. And just I'm expressing a lot more optimism with this movie. And so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So right off the bat, you know, this promo got me so hyped for this movie. I was already kind of on board with the idea of an origin movie for the Joker because, you know, while it is a little troubling that they're going to give him a origin story, it is because we've never gotten an origin story in the comics. We've gotten hints to his origin, multiple origins. The fact that they're going to give him an actual origin story, you know, sounded pretty cool. At the same time, I get why people have hesitance towards it, especially because it's going to be outside of the DC universe. But the reason why I am now totally on board with it is because of all the flood of teasers and images, and now this teaser video that has dropped. There's two of them now. I think one of them dropped after Darren made the video, so maybe he's more on board with it now, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But first off, let's talk about that 30-second viral footage that Todd Phillips dropped on Instagram, in which Arthur Fleck, interestingly enough, this Joker has a name, Arthur Fleck, similar sounding to Affleck. Surprisingly, there's some things that a lot of fans have pointed out. But this guy, we get to see Joaquin Phoenix looking off camera, and the camera is slowly zooming in on him, and you see him slowly smiling, and you see the kind of the carousel lights, lighting him up, and you get to see like the person he's gonna transform into in makeup, and it's really eerie. It's got this weird, scary, and unique, like Darren said, indie vibe to the whole tease. You know, you get the '70s song in the background, and it's just really well done. You know, I'm not gonna undermine the fact that it's such a well done teaser. I think I watched that thing gotta be at least 100 times. I kept it on repeat while I was at work. I just kept it replaying and replaying and replaying, and I couldn't get enough of it. While I was pretending to work, I just kept watching it because Joker is obviously probably the most notable and most loved DC villain out there, maybe in comics as well. So I'm totally hyped. We get an actor in Joaquin Phoenix who is one of the biggest talents that Hollywood has right now. And while some people will point out that Joaquin Phoenix's movies have never been gangbuster movies, you can't deny the quality of his work. You know, the two movies that ultimately stand out for me for Joaquin Phoenix is obviously Her recently, and he's done a lot more. I just off the bat of my head, Her and Gladiator. Just his portrayals in those movies, really incredible. And I've seen a lot of his work. I'm not looking up his stuff right now. Gosh, just look at those two performances itself, and just think about what he might bring to this character. So you see him smiling, slowly smiling, and then and obviously you're seeing the images of in the lights of Joker. You know, the Joker moving, and you get to see his movements and mannerisms, because you get a close up of him in his makeup, totally revealed, and it's a mixture of a lot of things. You know, right off the bat, kind of like what Darren said, it doesn't look like traditional comic book Joker. Not the ones that we're used to, at least. So that's where I'm going to disagree with him, because this Joker, I think, takes a little bit of inspiration from a few different Jokers. Obviously, you get a little bit of Heath Ledger's Joker in there with the long green hair. Where Darren took issue is with his makeup. It doesn't look like the traditional Joker. It doesn't look like the Mark Hamill Joker. It doesn't look like the makeup doesn't look like Heath Ledger's Joker. Obviously doesn't look like Jared Leto's Joker. And where difference is the most obvious is you get kind of the blue in his eyes. The smile is kind of deeper, and he's wearing a red, kind of like a red suit. And where I think these are actually pulling inspiration from is the early renditions of Joker. I mean, there's renditions of Joker where he has hints of blue in his eyes, and then you get the Cesar Romero Joker, who played the Joker in the 1960s animated Batman. I'm sorry, not animated, live-action Batman show. So he was wearing a pink suit as well, and I'm looking at just to make sure. Yeah, so. Obviously, you know, so there's a lot of people talking about this too. Cesar Romero Joker is wearing that red suit, and we get Joaquin Phoenix wearing this red suit. Not the traditional purple suit, but at the same time, guys, this is an origin movie, so I'm okay with him, you know, dabbling in different outfits, you know, finding himself. He's finding himself in this movie. Obviously, he starts off as a guy who's kind of down on his luck. You know, he works at the Ha Ha Comedy Club, and you know, we're gonna get his transformation. We're gonna get to see how crazy he becomes and what pushes him there. And an interesting thing dropped since Darren put that video out, I think, is a footage came out with the Joker. Actually, it's a scene that's going to be in the movie, and it shows Joker busting out of a train, not busting out, walking out of a train with a lot of his henchmen there. And it's a big crowd. And you see the Joker taking off a mask. It was just kind of like a hint to the Dark Knight Heath Ledger opening scene. And he takes it off, which is a little derivative. Some people will say. I was okay with it. He takes it off, and you see this menacing smile. You see a myriad of expressions all in one scene. So definitely look up that, or I'm going to be playing it in the background here. But if you just look at all the many faces that you get in one scene from Joaquin Phoenix, man, is it incredible, because it really gives you a picture of how deranged this guy is. You get him smiling like a lunatic and getting incredibly serious, all in the same 10-second clip. And then in the background of that clip, there's like this sign that says "Blame Wayne." So we have the cast here. I mean, you know, we have obviously Zazie Beetz in this movie. I forget who the actor is for who's going to be playing Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne. He's going to be running for mayor apparently, but we're going to see the seeds planted for the eventual clash between the Wayne, or Bruce Wayne, which, you know, Batman, and the Joker. You know, I don't think Batman's going to be in the movie at all, but I think we're going to get hints or foreshadowing to the upcoming or the future clashes between them two, and I think it's really exciting to see that. And I just think there's a lot of interesting things going on with this. And since then, another photo. Todd Phillips released another photo with Joaquin Phoenix in his clown outfit. It looks like the same makeup, but let me make sure. He is in the same, almost the same makeup as he is in the Joker transformation. He looks like Bozo the Clown here, wearing the big shoes. He has the fluffy green hair and the little hat, and it looks like when he goes nuts, he just goes nuts with that makeup on his lips. And when he transforms and when he finally loses it, he's just gonna look that much more like a villain. And I'm totally on board with this. So I think the biggest thing people are worried about is the fact that this going to be his final look. And again, you know, I think we got some really good people behind this project. You know, it's very director driven, and I'm okay with people taking liberties with comic book movies as long as it stays true to the character. I'm okay with you know, people taking liberties with you know, the choices of like how they look and kind of changing how people look. A lot of the times it's for the better. In some cases it's not. But with this, from so far what I've seen, I'm really excited. If this happens to be his final look, I'm okay with it. If not, I'll be happy to see him kind of transform and evolve his style into that classic purple look. But who knows? You know, I know Joaquin Phoenix is usually a little hesitant on doing sequels, but if this movie does really good, it's getting really good buzz right now. If it does do as good as it should, then who's to say there can't be a sequel in which Joker evolves into the clown prince of crime as we know it. So I'm really excited for this. I love how thoughtful they are with the teasers that they're putting out. I love how consistent it is, and I love how the fans are reacting to it, really, because, you know, I think it being outside of the DC universe, while I do care about the DC extended universe, I think it being outside of it is giving the DC film universe itself as a whole a breath of fresh air, because we need some positivity right now, especially with what's going on with Henry Cavill and everything. So lastly, Todd Phillips, people might be asking, why are you dropping all this footage? The movie's quite a while away. You don't need to be revealing all this stuff. And he did mention, I think it was in a tweet, he did mention that, hey, there's a lot of, or maybe it's on Instagram, he mentioned that there's a lot of people on these sets, people leaking footage and leaking shots of the Joker, and he said, hey, if you're gonna go ahead and record what I'm doing, I'd rather release the quality images and quality shots to the public rather than let those people leak crappy shots of it. And hey, I'm all for that. People are going to be really following this Joker movie, and me, of course, I'm really excited for it. And who knows, this is kind of me, more on board with it than Darren is, but maybe he's changed his tune after the latest round of leaks, if you want to call them, have come out. So I'm super excited about that. And again, this is a breath of fresh air, given the amount of bad things that are happening in the DC universe right now. So to transition away from this, I do want to talk about the whole Superman issue. While we don't have any resolution to who is going to be the next Man of Steel, obviously we're all hoping that Henry Cavill is still going to be the Man of Steel. Obviously Michael B. Jordan, I don't think, has addressed any of these things either. But we did get, there is a little tweet that came out, and I know this is not news, but I do like to talk about it, because Christopher McQuarrie was asked on Twitter by Zach Stentz, who was, I think, a screenwriter for many projects. He worked on many projects such as X-Men First Class, Thor, and The Flash, the CW Flash. So Zach Stentz tweeted at Christopher McQuarrie, who is the director of Mission Impossible, the latest Mission Impossible, the latest outings, the 2 outings of Mission Impossible, which were incredible. And obviously the last one stars Henry Cavill. He tweeted him, "Can I write a first draft of All-Star Superman for you?" Christopher McQuarrie tweets back, "If they ever call me, I'll call you." And the reason why I like talking about this is because before, Christopher McQuarrie, after the whole Ryan Johnson drama on Twitter, he expressed that he may not even be interested in doing these blockbuster films anymore, given how the fan base reacts. And this gives a little hope, because obviously Henry Cavill is a fan of Christopher McQuarrie and would like him to direct the next Superman movie. Henry Cavill wants another Superman movie. It looks like Christopher McQuarrie is still on board if they call him. And I'm like, WB, what are you doing? Call the man already. Get this contract signed with Henry Cavill, and let's get this Man of Steel 2 going. I know you want to focus on Supergirl. I know they're going with the future is female type thing, and that's cool. Make some more superhero movies. I'm down for that. But first, you got to focus on your key characters, man. Get Man of Steel 2 out. Get the Batman out. Obviously, they got Wonder Woman 2, Aquaman, the Flash is hopefully going soon. You guys need to get these things out, because you are dividing the fan bases. I don't know what you guys are doing. So call Christopher McQuarrie. That guy still might be on board for this. And doing All-Star Superman, a version of All-Star Superman, that sounds good. Obviously, people want to see Henry Cavill Superman as the bright, optimistic, big blue Boy Scout type of Superman. And while I did love Man of Steel and what they did with him there, I'm okay with them transitioning into this finally being that version of Superman. And yeah, I'm all on board for that. So WB, don't know what you're doing. Make the deal with Cavill. No, I mean, Michael B. Jordan, great actor, but man, let's get Henry Cavill his just due, because he's stuck it out for you guys. He's been a great spokesperson for this universe, and you guys owe it to us, the fans, and Henry Cavill. Some people will say they don't owe us crap, but I say they do, because we're the ones supporting you guys. So, man, bring us that Man of Steel 2, and then bring us more superhero stuff. So, other superheroines. And speaking of superheroines, it looks like that the Birds of Prey movie will be coming out in February of 2020. So far we don't got too much news on that end. We got potential castings, but I'm not going to talk about those right now until we get everything official. Margot Robbie is super invested in the project. I'm glad she is, because I want actors to be invested in these things. We got people like Ben Affleck who don't know about their future, if it's certain. We got Henry Cavill who don't know that they want to be be in the future of the DC universe. We got, you know, the Joker who may not come back. I mean, the Jared Leto Joker who may not come back because of all this stuff happening with the Joaquin Phoenix movie. So who knows what's going to happen in the future. I'll cover that. I'll cover the Birds of Prey movie as more news drops, but I wanted to give my opinion on the Joker since I didn't get to do that already, and obviously talk about Man of Steel. Alright guys, that's it for the news today. That's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about how hyped I am for this Joker movie. So let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you guys agreed with Darren's video the other day, but let me know what you think after I expressed my opinions. Are you more hyped for it now that this train scene leaked out, and now that Todd Phillips dropped another image? Let me know what you guys think about the Man of Steel situation, and let me know how hyped you are for Birds of Prey. I'm not that hyped for it yet. Maybe I'll get more hyped as we start to get the promotion machine running. So let me know, guys. Comment down below. Leave a like on this video if you can. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.